Hello, welcome back. You got me learning and loving and learning and loving. That's what we're doing. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you all for jumping in and being a part of this. I think this is super exciting because this helps us move forward in actually getting things done in the movement of exposing the cult of Scientology and exposing the internal abuses, the elderly abuse, the neglect, the constant normal scheduled behaviors that are naturally illegal. Like they're illegal. They're naturally done by Sea Org members and everybody all the time, but are naturally also illegal. And people inside don't realize that there are internal things happening all the time because they're so immune and brainwashed to the schedules and the structure of the internal C organization. They're not aware of the outside laws and the outside rules and what is okay and not okay, whether you believe in something or not, whether you're religion or not, right? So what we're fighting here is exposing those abuses, and what we're doing is breaking down the names and the building names and the organizations, and as much as we can, breaking down like what each floor is, what happens on the third floor of the blue building, who held a position when so-and-so, just to give the world an overview of the map, sort of mapping and the detailing of what it is like inside of the organizations, and what the members and hats and jobs and posts are of people that work inside these buildings. So I'm going to have Dan Walks LA join us. Hi, Dan. And I have Kat Olson Christensen. Hi. Hello. And you're muted. Kat,
I'm not. Am I muted?
Mute. No, Kat. I'm going to unmute Kat.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Couldn't find the button.
So these two, first of all, Kat, thank you so much. I love when you're here because I know it feels weird to be like, oh, well, you were just recently in like 2 years ago, but it's so fucking more helpful than anybody really knows as we're doing this on a daily basis, like going to talk to internal people or reporting, writing down reports. It's like, oh, wait, I have to write this report with full, like, okay, well, at the blue building, the RPF was here, or this was happening when I saw Sarah Gualteri, or whatever it is. Like, you were there sort of recent compared to, even for me, I've been out physically for like 15 years, 20 years, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like that at all, first of all. And second of all, I was in Clearwater and I have a different experience. I was at the ranch, whereas you were literally living in the AB, what we call the Anthony building, the AB. So we'll talk about all that and we'll go through all this. I feel like to start, Dan is going to help. He's amazing. Dan also, me and Dan have always been on these freaking adventures of labeling and figuring out what buildings are what. We have our little own behind the scenes going on.
I'm sure.
So we just thought it would be perfect because you're awesome. And why not let's give it a go at another video that they try to attempt to take down, that we literally don't have videos of them coming off a bus. So we'll see how this one goes.
Yeah. And the more we can get out there as to what buildings they have and what goes on in each building and schedules and all that kind of stuff is going to be helpful in reaching more people.
Super.
Help them get out, hopefully.
Yeah, really super. Really, this is like, after this, I go and take this evidence and everything and all this is just making it easier for people to do their jobs. It's like,
yeah,
here you go, Mr. Investigator. We have this. And if you need to know the labeling and the mapping and anything at any point, here's a whole video that you can rewind and zoom in and go, oh, this is what they're talking about when they say the AB, or the RPFers couldn't get up to the second or couldn't get up to the next floor. It's like they know where everything is. You can literally visually be like, oh, all of the crew members all eat downstairs or whatever it is. And it's legally, it has more, exactly. It has more detailed exposure, I guess, detailed evidence of what happens on a daily basis inside these organizations.
Yeah, and it makes it harder for them to say, "Oh no, we don't do that." Well,
Right. Like,
we
oh, well, then how do you?
experienced it, so.
Mm-hmm. 100%. And also the whole like, oh yeah, we don't do that, but it's like, well then, well, when do you have time to go shopping then? Oh, would it be on Sunday morning? Would it be your season? Okay, well then what they are saying is true. Like, it's just kind of cool to be able to be like, tell us, try to tell us that we're lying. Like, we have a podium for you. Come up, speak to us in the open. Stop hiding behind your little spy channel. Okay, cool. So I would say that I thought it would be really cool to just start off. Dan, what do you think with the blue building? Should we just start with Big Blue?
We're here. It's loaded. Yeah. Get the lay of the land. I'll just go with the flow.
Big elephant in the room. Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. So let's add this. And thank you guys. If you have any comments also in the chat, if you're like, hey, I remember there was a refrigeration room on the second floor at the end of the hallway or whatever it is, like, feel free to put that in the chat. Otherwise, we'll just be learning and learning and learning. So I feel we can start for sure. What is this one? What are we at? The main. Let's start, Kat. This is the back side. Do you want to zoom in on the picture there, Dan, just so people kind of know? Yeah, so everybody knows where this is. The back side.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do all around, right? So which area would we specifically want to start with, Dan? The back or the front?
Let's do the iconic.
Let's call this the front.
Yeah,
right?
the iconic sign.
Front, right? The front that isn't the front.
That isn't the front, literally.
That's a good comparison with allegory to Scientology. The front that isn't the front, right?
Right, that literally. Just like, why does L. Ron Hubbard contradict himself all the time? Well, it's just because he doesn't. Just kidding. I was trying to be a funny there. It didn't work. Okay, so this we call the front, but it's literally not the front. But this is what a lot of questions are asked. What is happening? First of all, one of the main questions, let's just start, is they say, why are all of the curtains down like that? Why are they all shut and like blinded out with the white
because
curtain?
They want absolutely nobody to film anything that is happening inside the buildings.
Okay, so I want people.
We were told over and over when I worked at the Hollywood Guarantee building, do not leave the blinds open because there's filming equipment that can reach like all the way in, and it's a security breach and blah, blah, blah. Like, we were told that many times to not leave blinds open.
Good. That's very important. And it's also two things. It shows that the members have to be enforced to the rules. If somebody's ordered to close the blinds, there's no question about it. It's just, you do it. You literally can see all of Dan. Don't try to kill us. I'm trying. A little nauseous, and I haven't even had any sort of drink yet. Okay, so the blinds are all closed like this because literally security and everybody is saying it's for the own good of the members inside to keep them closed, because nowadays they have filming equipment, camera equipment that can zoom in and look inside of the building. Okay. So as a Sea Org member, you don't question.
Yeah. They don't want you to know like who lives where, and because a lot of this right here, like the upper floors are where the staff live. So they don't want you to know who's in there and who lives where and what is going on each floor. And
exactly. And they also notice, they don't have the members also living in lower floors because you can look in easier. And obviously also, honestly, I feel like if they were closer to the bottom floors, they could easily escape. Like if there was that one night where they're like, you know what, I could just literally crawl out this window and go.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. But the other thing that I just want to bring back is that it is so wild that, again, Catherine, you just said it. The windows are closed all the time like that because two reasons. They don't want people filming and looking inside and recording. And then B, they don't want people seeing inside the dorms or inside basically any. Isn't this strange though? why would I understand like maybe a floor, maybe the security windows, whatever their secret rooms are for whatever, right? Inside a quote religion. Why are all of them closed? Don't look out of any of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That to me already brings, so every single one of these, Dan's going down here, you literally all these windows, and how many times we've been protesting where we've seen all these windows are always closed, because that is a rule inside that they say as for security. It's literally, you would be assigned a condition of treason if somebody caught film. Like if one of the protesters were able to, you know, get some footage, as some did in the past. They definitely, I know some came in with their little
I saw a cat in this window.
Yeah. And Dan's also seen,
cat?
we've seen cats. We've seen some smokers try to smoke here on the second floor, right above, you know where this is, right on the corner. Obviously you do, but.
You know, the RTC rep at the Hollywood Guarantee building used to have a cat. And I only knew about it because I worked in the galley, and I used to do the food for the cat.
Oh my goodness, to go
That's all
feed
I
it.
knew, she had a cat.
But you never saw the cat, or you
I never
can't?
saw the cat. It was in this building because she lives in this building.
See, so maybe that was one of the cats, Dan. Okay, so Dan, let's focus on one area, and then maybe the
you
front.
direct me.
Go back to the front. I don't know why you're walking away. The whole group's in the front of the class. The class is here.
I always walk away.
It's Dan Walks LA.
He walks LA.
Right. Got to get my steps in.
He's getting those Dan Walks LA steps in. Okay, so let's just start here. What can you tell us about the very top floor of all these buildings, of what we're seeing?
The very top floor is staff berthing, we call it, or staff apartments.
Okay, right under the Scientology and all that?
I don't know. Right under the sign. I'm not sure if that is or not. It probably is.
And left and right.
That the 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th. I don't know about the 3rd floor now. That used to be staff apartments. 2nd floor, I think still is. I know that the 5th floor is like executive, like RTC, author services, things like that.
The 5th floor is okay.
Yeah, that's like apartments for those staff.
And that's also where we saw the kitty on the corner end. So that's
there you go.
And that's also where I caught somebody smoking cigarettes out the window. And not to say that not like a lot of Sea Org members don't smoke. They do smoke. But for somebody to be having access to have the authority to smoke outside of their own office in the building means that they do. I know that sounds dumb, but like that means they have some authority. Like their position is strong enough that allows them to be able to even smoke inside that room, whether they're propping the window open, or you know what I mean? Like they have some sort of privilege for whatever they're doing, whether they're a CS or whatever it is. Maybe they were RTC. I don't know, because they did have the cat and they were able to smoke cigarettes.
Were they smoking with the cat?
Yeah. I mean, you know, again, they not my kind of smoking with my cats. Okay, so and then what about like he has this cracked window open here? You see that? That's not okay. Violation.
Third floor. Wait, second.
That's about like third, maybe second.
Yeah, they're
maybe
probably
second.
not supposed to have that open. They'll probably get in trouble after this video.
I'm gonna go inspect and find out.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then when do these front doors, can you go into the front doors, Dan? Do these front doors open ever, and when and have they ever when you were there?
No, the last time I was around this area, they were still doing renovations on the first floor. I don't know what is supposed to be there eventually.
What's on the other side of the glass?
It was a renovation. It was unrenovated.
Oh, okay.
Right,
so people aren't.
I don't know what it is now. I'm sure it's not like done with renovation.
Members aren't walking back and forth. Okay, and you can't like see outside of them. So they're just like, it's just under renovation sort of a deal.
Yeah,
it's not a commonly used area.
That whole first floor was closed off when I was there because it was unrenovated.
Okay, good to know. See, so that's also makes sense why there's not so much Oh wow, Fox, you just throwing your bone around? You throwing your bone around? Yeah, that makes sense because if you go to the right, Dan, am I right about this, Cat? To the right here is security, right under this little roof here, or something like what? Where does that go?
I don't know what that is now. Okay, so when I was okay, so
because I only see a few people coming in and out of there, and it seems like gold staff members, like people who have been higher up.
Interesting. I'm wondering what
like they're always in the blues with the Sea Org symbol thing, you know, and they're not RPFers. They have like pagers and beepers. So I'm assuming they're gold staff with the gray shirts sometimes too. Or Odo and security will come out of there.
Maybe they're using that.
Yeah, it feels like a states maybe.
That used to be INCOM, which is International Network of Computer Organized Management. It used to be a whole organization that controlled all their computer systems and everything. There's only like 5 people in it now.
Yeah,
and it's not there anymore.
INCOM is a higher. INCOM is a higher position. It's like I believe they're equivalent or right below RTC.
Yeah, exactly. And
I would say INCOM is like the technical surveillance security like experts of OSA almost.
Yeah, they do all the IT stuff. They do all the computer systems.
Okay, cool. This is good. See,
but they're actually located. They're not there anymore. They used to be there. They're in the Hollywood Guarantee Building now, in the basement of the Hollywood Guarantee Building, and there's only like 5 staff because they got rid of so many of them because apparently somebody leaked David Miscavige's emails in the 90s or something. There's a big INCOM scandal that happened in the 90s that I finally found out what really happened when I came out of Scientology, and it's a whole story in itself. So
wow.
I was this is a funny aside, but I was on a project to get staff to INCOM in 1995, and so I was working in that building. I wasn't allowed to go all the way in. I was like had an office right off reception and stuff. But I used to work
prairie dogger.
Yeah, and
you're like, I just can go right here. That's it.
And right before that, I was doing
that was 95. Sorry, I made a joke and interrupted my own thought process. Okay. That was 95. So wait, 1995. I was still at the ranch. That's interesting. 95. So a year like the 93 and 94 is when they got the tax exempt status. It's just interesting. I put all this into perspective now. 93 is when they got the. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. So and when you look at this, anything that what about like in terms of what did they use with the, to the left, this little, like what's above this perch right there on the left? Like
I don't actually know what's in there.
Okay. I've seen a bunch of like speakers. Yeah, maybe we can find it on the map. Yeah. So above there. Yeah.
Oh,
see, it's just a big top rooftop. But they would always have cameras and speakers up there. Yeah. That like would go in below. Can we zoom in?
Oh, yeah, that's only one floor. Yeah, that's just one floor right there that goes all the way back. So I don't remember what was there. I know the right side was INCOM at one point, and then INCOM moved out, and then they used it while they were doing renovations in AOLA. They had AOLA Advanced Org moved into the old INCOM space while they were doing the renovations in AOLA.
You see, I think there's so many like construction jobs and everything done that are so unpermitted and are total. I mean, we know that because we were doing things that all the time that we have no idea if it was permitted or approved or anything. So until it was too late, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's scroll back down. So mainly looking at the front there, you would say that overall, like what did you say? The 5th floor is RTC?
5th floor is executive. Yeah. Apartments, executive apartments, RTC, author services.
And when you say apartments, is there a reason you say apartments when you're talking about RTC
I'm just trying to
dorms?
Translate. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to translate it. I mean, RTC is probably not dorms. They have that's a pretty nice floor. It's like fully renovated and
So
made
like
really nice.
when I was in the CMO EPF, which we would be cleaning all the RTC dorms and stuff like that in CMO, the single RTC reps would live like they would have their own room, but they might be in the equivalent of an apartment, like 1-room apartment or 2-bedroom apartment, and then the rep each would have their own apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Whereas
their living quarters can't be compared with any other Sea Org
yeah,
member.
I was gonna say, whereas like any other Sea Org member, there's like 7 or 8 literal men or women living in one bedroom apartment, just
I
on
think
bunk beds and organized against the wall and stuff.
I think I had like 10 roommates.
Yeah, at one point I had 10 roommates in Clearwater, and then they brought down the 3rd bunk beds. I was even like, isn't that breaking the fire code? Because I remember the ranch, they had already like, you know, got us all the cadets for having the 3 bunk bed. Well, not the cadets, but the
Really?
ranch. Yeah. And so when we went to Clearwater, I was like, oh, well, that's going to get us in trouble someday. And I remember even Clearwater as a programs operator, I was like, no, this is breaking fire codes. I was like being such a snooty know-it-all because I knew from the ranch that there was 3 bed bunks. And I was like, no, this can't happen. This is a violation of fire code. I literally had no idea what I was talking about. I just knew that the fire department wasn't going to accept it. And so I looked more mature and everything than I actually was. But yeah.
They love to see the AB then because there's like
yes.
plenty of.
Okay, so anything else does the chat or anybody have any questions in terms of seeing this front view and like other than those doors don't open because it's probably still under construction. A lot of these windows that we're seeing are, would you say, are either offices or berthing for all the staff?
I think that at least the floor 3 to 7 is berthing. The second floor, I think, is staff training, outside staff training, because they moved part of the international training org that used to be in the Hollywood Guarantee building. They moved a lot of those operations to this area, and they made a lot of course rooms, I think, on the second floor there.
And I have one question, sorry, on the right wing here, not this left, but the right side. I always see people poking their head out on the very top of the staircase here. Look, where Dan's going, right up there. Within these 2 floors, I always see.
That used to be EPF berthing.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So the newbies don't know you can't be poking your head out.
Yeah, and they probably also, they're there at weird times and stuff, I would think, and they all move together in like a pack.
Yep. So I'll see like 2 or 3 of them and they're just staring out and I'm like, hey guys, you can come out. And look they even have it, curtained up so that you don't look outside. It's so insane, right? It's so why, that was my next question. Why is part of it covered up? Like go zoom in there again, Dan, sorry. Why is part of this covered up, you see, but then the second levels and all that aren't? What's in this level down below? Do you know?
I don't know exactly. I think, let's see. Where was the berthing for the EPF? Berthing was either second or third floor for the EPF right there. Cause I remember because I redid my EPF in 2006. And that's where the berthing was. Cause I remember the view from there, from the stairwell.
Hey Journey, the 4th floor is the 5th floor is RTC and executive office and apartments.
5th floor, is
thank you, Journey. See, Journey's already getting notes.
RTC apartments, not offices, just apartments.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's go around. Let's walk down. How about we walk down? Or here,
want to touch on the fountain first?
Yeah, do you want to touch on the fountain and the park? This is all parking, right? All owned by the Sea Org, obviously.
Yeah, and they used to do a lot of EPF drilling at the top of that parking lot.
Yes, I was going to say.
Ooh, that's what it looked like before.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if they're still doing that or not. Oh, wow.
Whoa, wow.
That must have been when they were doing the renovations.
you see, like, where are all the permits for all that? So this is very interesting. Like, I'd like to see all the permits for all that. Also, I noticed this door on the right, that goes down right there. Yeah, that's supposed there. Those. Have you been down there or no?
I have not been in that building. They renovated
Okay.
that not too long ago.
And would you say
They,
that
they
most
made
of
it
this
into public birthing, pretty much.
is it? Yeah. So you would say
Public
this building
birthing.
here is public birthing mainly for
Yeah, because
people.
they try to get people to go and stay in this area for an extended amount of time to do a bunch of services, like people from all over the US.
Yeah. And then what about buildings connected to it? There, we know that there's the nail salon, which is obviously used a lot.
And this is a huge building, huh?
Yeah. Catherine, have you been inside
I
that
haven't been in
building?
the Fountain Building. No, I've
Oh,
never been
okay.
in there.
Yeah, I just noticed it does go all the way back there.
Oh, I didn't
Just
realize
wild.
that. Was all the way back. Wow, I didn't know it was that big.
And then you have the nail salons to the left and all that right here, where that I've literally captured Sea Org members going in, like Katie Paquette. Literally, I captured them on video, picture, on recording, captured them in my camera, but not physically. I wish I could. But yeah, they go into this nail salon. So that's definitely, these are just little, so people watching get the whole view of the amount of time that Sea Org members, when they do have time off, you'll catch them literally at the nail salon right there. Or like I saw Sarah Gualteri trimming those rose bushes right outside the building. Like they're not going far without approval.
Yeah.
Without strict approval. Okay, cool. And so what would you say all these are down here? Course rooms? Like for OT3 and above, or
yeah,
what? Let's freeze here for a minute, Dan.
I think the OT course rooms are on the higher floors.
Like up above?
Probably on the third. No, I think what they usually do, they put top floor is usually staff offices, like executive offices and stuff. They probably have the OT course rooms on the third or the fourth floor. How many floors is there again? Wait.
2, 3, 4. It looks like 4.
So OT course rooms might be on the third floor. First floor I know is like a chapel type area and reception and info center and stuff. I know the RTC, there's an RTC office on the first floor. I've actually been in there before.
Yeah, I think I remember that as well. And then doesn't this inside there also connect to the backside, which goes to the Continental Liaison Office and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think that the IAS, International Association of Scientologists, headquarters is right next to AOLA now, to the right.
That's down there.
The entrance. If you go around the other way.
Oh yeah, let's go. Dan, go turn left really quick, just so people. Okay, yeah, go all the way down, I guess.
So that building to the left right there, that used to be Bridge Publications before they moved.
Right.
But now I'm sure it's IASA, even though it's not going to say anywhere.
Yeah, wait, pause, Dan. This is super important. So they're all the when the protesters that I know have gone out to protest on the backside here and just film and document constantly, it's almost the same sort of vibe where it's like the shuttle, the run comes in, it fills up with executives, boxes get loaded, and there's always this older guy, not what's his name, not the one that you told us about with the hunchback, and he's always pushing like the dolly and stuff. Do you remember him, Catherine? You said his name was like
that's Hank Gold. He's in a state. He's
in Estates. So this guy to me seemed like he was more an incom. Like it's a different guy who looks similar to Hank, but he was wearing khaki pants and white t-shirt.
That might be external communications.
Because
I know they do when they bring packages and mail,
like
and
boxes,
stuff,
banker boxes.
Stuff from like Hollywood Guarantee Building and whatever other internal communication they bring it to the back of the building right there. That's where external comm is with the CLO.
Yeah. And do you know anything about like nursing and like if a nurse was going to come into the back here, why they would be like going up to the second floor? I've seen a nurse go up to the second floor here on the left. Dan, yeah, can you zoom in up there?
No
like
idea.
An outside nurse go all the way up and go in here with like a bag of like actual, like an IV bag.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, they're getting an IV bag. Like they forgot the saline solution or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what they've been
I'm
doing.
just wondering. I got to ask all these questions. Somebody will have the answers, so we might as well put them out. Okay, so let's keep going, and then let's go down. Wait, Dan. Let's go back. Oh yeah, those cars are always there. Let's go down this street so that we can just get this side done. I just quickly want to. The back offices here of the blue. Those are all the back end of like SMI and all that, right?
Yeah, that used to be when I was there. Yeah.
Okay, and ASI or whatever, if they're like regging somebody, as they say.
IAS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's somewhere in there. I don't know how they have the CLO organized now. I haven't been in there for a really long time.
Well, if you haven't been there for a while, then we haven't been there for fucking eons. So, do you know anything about these newer buildings that got built?
Oh, if those belong to Scientology or not, I don't know. I know that one of their strategies or whatever is to buy up whatever buildings they can that are adjacent to their buildings.
Right.
As much
and
as
if you see, Dan, can we do a full...
They don't want SPs buying them because that's what happened in Clearwater. Like somebody on the Lisa McPherson trust or whatever got a hold of one of the buildings that was right next to their building.
Yep. And they made it the trust, and it was right next to the Clearwater building. I was there for that. Okay, turn around, Dan. So turn around. So let's scroll all the way down the street. To the left, I see Sea Org members constantly going in. Not these, but these are all completely empty. Like they're closed. Like they're like not turn around, Dan. Sorry, right all the way. All of the keep going to the other side of the street. No. Yeah, right there. All of these are all boarded up. You see that? They're all boarded up and like not for sale, like stay out. So I question if they've bought all these up and they're waiting.
I bet they're trying to buy all that out. I know that they were they were buying out everything that was on L. Ron Hubbard Way, and everything on the other side. Berendo. No, what's the other
Berendo and Catalina, New Hampshire.
They
maybe
were trying to buy all those buildings out, and I know that they had.
Yeah, this one's New Hampshire. Yeah. Okay, Dan, let's scroll up. And I just wanted to show you the building that I keep seeing Sea Org members go into that I totally didn't think they owned. It's the one right before this gray building. Right? That older one. Yeah, right here. I keep seeing Sea Org members go in here. Yeah.
Wow.
In here. Like they are taking over apartment buildings or apartment rooms.
They're probably trying to buy the whole block.
Yeah. So that's happening. I just wanted to keep that on the record because I definitely keep seeing that. And then again, all the houses around though are all boarded up. Like they're not for sale and they're not, being fixed or anything. They're all boarded up. Wow. So that really I'm like, that's a little interesting.
Oh, that's interesting. Do you see that back there? They have the sign for the camera saying that you're on camera.
Yeah, exactly. It says we're watching you. Exactly. Everything about it tells me that Scientology owns those buildings.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's mainly what I wanted to say on New Hampshire Street, and we can totally go back onto L. Ron Hubbard Way and then go from there. Do we want to go in front of let's go to the parking lot of CLO, by where we just were, basically on the other side of the building, on L. Ron Hubbard Way, though. Yeah, right there. So let's zoom in on there. In here, when you go in here, when you walk, if you were to walk all the way to the right, you would walk all the way down and go to the right, there would be a reception. Yeah. And that reception is CLO reception. Mm-hmm. And that reception is Sea Org. That's a Sea Org reception. It's not public, right? Would you agree?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so anybody walking back there have
the public can go in there. They probably have offices and reg offices and stuff right at the front of the reception.
So right. That's where I saw my aunt getting registered. Like she was crying and she ended up throwing her purse at the IAS registrar, the one like trying to pull money out of her.
Good for her.
But then she got sucked back in. So I just always remember that. Whenever I see her, I'll be like, remember when you literally were so upset you said, take my money, take whatever you need. And you just fed up. She left. So yeah, this is where that happened. So what's interesting about this place is that there's always celebrities parked, or people that are of interest that they consider celebrities are always parked in these parking spots. This is for higher end celebrity.
It's probably so they don't have to go around the front, right? They can just go
exactly.
In the back.
And so that they don't have to go to the whole big parking lot. They can have their own secluded parking lot right next to RTC spots, because there are also spots that say reserved for RTC. Okay. So anything else in terms of when we look at this side of the building? Well, that's funny that.
Wow.
Okay, let's pull back. What about the windows here? Again, they're all closed, so we've already answered that question. It's not about protecting them or having them. It's about people not being able to look in and film.
Yeah, and you can see that there's some AC units on the outside of the windows, because they don't provide AC in the berthing. So if you want air conditioning, you have to buy your own, basically.
Yeah. Did you hear that? They do not provide it. If you want it, you have to get it your own, and you have to make sure it's installed and the electrical works on it, and it's not a flap, right? It doesn't become a flap or some big issue, right?
Yeah.
This is so interesting that they literally are showing a Sea Org member with the pressure washer and all this shit on L. Ron Hubbard Way. Could we definitely screenshot that for Public Works?
What do you mean? Why?
For Public Works, because Sea Org members are not allowed to be working on city property for $47 a week. So now we're documenting every time they do. And then security scoots them and hides them inside every time now. So we're documenting that as well.
Wow.
Okay, so when you look at this, is the fantastic version of the cafe. There's the vulture ministers. That's offensive to the vultures, but
vulture ministers.
Oh yes, you have to see Dan's merch, vulture ministers.
That's really funny.
Okay, so when you're looking at these windows from the first floor, can you just kind of, Dan, can you freeze it for a minute? I know your ADD wants to go everywhere. But Kat, can you just kind of describe from the canteen level what is below when you go down the stairs, and then what's in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh floor? Like what could you quickly describe?
First floor. Last time I knew that was course rooms, and there's the canteen. Staff and public canteen was there. Galley.
That's all. The lower floor or the first floor?
Galley is in the basement. Wait.
Yeah, I think the galley was in the basement. I kind of remember that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Galley's in the. I'm just trying to remember how that works.
Would you consider the basement down below here, like the cafe?
Yeah, I guess it's not really basement, but it's like first floor. It's like like when you have like half of it above ground and how, I don't know what you call that, if you call it
the first floor.
But yeah, that's where the galley is. And different estates, all the estates offices and stuff are there. First and second floor I think had course rooms, like outer org training course rooms, like they bring in staff from other cities and stuff and train them there. Second floor, I believe, was a bit of the same. Oh, and then they have the dining room. Staff dining is on the first floor. That's what it is.
Okay,
staff dining room, yeah.
How big? How many people do you think the staff dining room holds?
Oh, probably like 300 or something.
Okay. And then I want people to know that not everybody eats at the same time. There's different schedules for the different organizations. So some organizations will eat from 12 to 12:30, and then the training, whatever, will eat from 1 o'clock. Like everything's scheduled so that, and sometimes that means that there's 3 different meals for like dishes and cleaning for for example, my father who scrubs dishes now, he's washing dishes 24/7 because there's constantly dishes and things to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they have like 2 dishwashers or something because they
Right. And one of
grossly,
them's broken down.
grossly
So they have
undermanned
to, exactly. They're
their
grossly undermanned.
even though they actually have enough people where they don't have to have like 2 people doing dishes, but they'll never put enough people there.
Yep.
It's just it's
Because they would
disgusting.
rather have them on registrar positions getting money for the
Yeah.
organization.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then so that's all like that's mainly the first level is, or the basement, whatever you want to call that, is the canteen, dishes, crew dining.
Yeah.
Would you say security is on the bottom there a little bit as
Security,
well?
yeah, on the other side of the building though, or it used to be on the other side of the building.
Right.
Um,
Okay, so let's go to
the
that side.
horseshoe.
The horseshoe. This is
That's
what they
where
call the
security is.
horseshoe. Yeah. This is what they call the horseshoe. It looks like a little like U, as you can see.
Yeah.
It has like a little horseshoe shape. And so the Sea Org members internally call it the horseshoe. Like Odo security would be like, I'll meet you at the horseshoe, and people would know where to go.
Yeah, if you were to go in that front door right there to the right under there and go to the right, I think there's a security office there. There might also be one to the left. I don't know how
Like
big
right
this-
when you walk into those
Yeah.
doors there.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, security's there. Like I knew they were somewhere right there because they're always popping in and out. And then, okay, so Dan, don't get too excited with the bumping around. He's like, I'm used to video games. We can go back? Can we go back to that security area? Don't leave us yet.
At the
Dan.
horseshoe?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, exactly. Let's go back to the horseshoe. So to the left here, Dan, right there where that guy's walking, isn't that whole area also security? Like what's going on in these little booths right here?
That used to be
Estate offices?
estate offices, as far as I know. I don't know if they changed that since I've been around.
Okay.
But yeah, that used to be estates.
And then just to the tiny left right there, that's where they have everybody come in with the mail and all that through this little side entrance.
That's deliveries minus, they probably have some package deliveries there. I know that's food deliveries. That's I know they have
and the food deliveries is the delivery that these are the deliveries that go to bring the Sea Org member their like box of bananas and like things like toilet paper and Cisco products. Literally
right there. Yeah, they have huge.
Freeze, Dan, don't move.
They have a huge account with Cisco.
Huge, right? That would be
like
interesting for somebody to look into.
Yeah, and they get discounts because the more you spend, the more you get discounted because
the cheaper.
And it's like connected to Flag and stuff like that. So it's like they have a huge Cisco
so they
account.
have big ties with Cisco, because I remember Cisco going in and out of the Clearwater and the ranch, like going way back in the day. Yeah. Same with Frito-Lay and the canteens.
That's interesting that you got that they got both major deliveries in there, United Natural Foods and Cisco.
Yep. They're like, hurry, get them in, close the gates. And then, of course, you have all these dolphin vans everywhere. And then we call the silver vans dolphins and the buses whales.
I see. Okay.
The little dolphin vans, like, got to go find the dolphins. That's and then funny. The Sea Org members were little duckies, like little quacky duckies. Following the rules, got it. If one goes this way,
look, bridge. That's a bridge van.
Yep, that's a bridge van. Okay, so this is the whole loading entrance for loading food and all outside sources into the Sea Org Scientology building. Anything that's a delivery, any kind of stuff goes here. This is how they exist. This is like if you were in North Korea, if they have any contact to the outside world, this would be the only way. This is like jail 101. Like literally this is the only time of freedom to escape. Is like through delivery trucks like this, or like doing it feels like you're doing something different because you're watching like the outside world food truck unload stuff. Anyways, it's a whole thing. It's a whole visual that I feel and remember every time I see those big trucks. I'm like, wow, that was like so many times I would wonder, gee, I wonder what this Cisco job drive is.
November 2021.
What's that?
Dan, can you click on the November 2021?
Oh
Really
yeah,
quick?
let's see.
I wanna say something.
Got it.
Okay, so that van, that looks like the ILO food van, actually. That's the van that yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the ILO food van. That's the van that they
Wait,
take
you're
breakfast, lunch,
using
and dinner.
Xenu language?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hollywood Guarantee Building, same thing. ILO is just
ILO? What do you
ILO.
call?
I'm sorry. ILO, which is just International Liaison Office, which is what the Hollywood
Oh,
Guarantee Building
ILO.
is.
Okay,
ILO.
International Liaison
Yeah,
Office.
it's the Hollywood Guarantee Building, the one on Hollywood and Ivar. That's their food van. So they transport food for like 800 to 900 people that work in that building, in the Hollywood Guarantee Building. They transport
Wow.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
This white
from-
van?
Yeah, they
Okay.
transport it from the blue buildings to the Hollywood Guarantee Building, and also they also transport the food to Scientology Media Productions, because they don't have a kitchen there.
Are we listening, guys?
Author services, they go to all the birthing buildings. They go to Bridge. Actually,
Would you say they
that
go to
van
the
doesn't go
AB?
Bridge. Yeah, because there's always staff at the AB. There's always, somebody's sick and has to stay home. There's security. There's estates people working there. There's always people working at that
Right.
building. Because so I was in LA a few months ago, for just a few days, and we went to the Anthony building. We were there for a little while, and I happened to be there when the food van came, and I'm like, hey, that's the food van, because I worked in the galley. I recognized it right away.
I was gonna say, should we go to the Anthony building?
And-
not to chop off from Blue, but I also feel
Yeah.
like we did tell the majority of Blue for right now, and so we can, because I kind of want to get with you on the AB and all this. So let's just, while you're talking about it, let's just do that.
Yeah. So the food van was parked outside of this building when I was there, and
Like
and
right
we
here
were
in the
around-
front
yeah,
or on the
it was
side?
it was right there on the side.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, that's the food van. And so when we were on the corner, and then we ran over, and I was trying to talk to them, and they went inside and wouldn't talk to me. But they left the van right there, because they were just going to drop off and drive away. And their window was open, and and I threw a handful of Aftermath cards into the van, like this huge stack. I just chucked it into the van. It was great. I was like,
Oh
this
my
is
God, that's
such
amazing.
perfect timing.
That's amazing. That's amazing too, because it and you have to like pick up each one.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow,
So I'm
good
hoping
job.
that somebody like kept one,
Yeah, or they just couldn't get it out of their drilled brain to remember verbatim things.
Yeah,
Can't audit that out.
Exactly.
Journey was asking, what van is the December 2014? I guess that was back at the Blue.
December
still-
2014. Oh, I didn't see. That's I don't think they're
Sorry,
talking
one
about-
sec.
Right there. Back there. Yep.
I have an overlay, so I can't see.
Oh, sorry. You were clicked on it.
December.
December
14.
2014? Or
Yeah, right there, down below. Yeah, no, there. Yeah.
maybe
no,
they
No, I
meant 2015?
Oh, it's probably. Oh, maybe that.
There's this one,
Oh.
which, damn, they're getting awfully close.
Oh wow.
yeah. Zoom in there. I want to see. How close
I
did
don't
they
think
get?
it says. Wow.
I mean, you can't fit a body in between that.
I don't know what van that is. It doesn't say anywhere.
Okay, let's go back to the AB. Okay, so pause here. What can you tell us about, other than the fact that busloads of people come off of the buses and go up these stairs and go piling in? What happens next?
So everybody who works at pretty much everybody who works at the Hollywood Guarantee Building.
Let's
lives
leave
in
it
that
on this,
building.
Dan, okay, for a little bit? Thank you.
Everyone who works at the Hollywood Guarantee Building lives in that building. Everyone
The
who works at
HGB, which is on
Yeah.
Hollywood.
everyone who works at the Dissemination Center, which is where you went for that meeting, the COMEV meeting,
Right.
Committee of Evidence meeting.
Yeah, for Valerie's.
Everyone lives there. Who else lives there? Compilations, which I can show. Dan, I found the address for that one, by the way, the secret building I was talking about.
And just so people know, this building specifically, this is called the AB, also known as the Anthony Building. And this building specifically is only for C organization member birthing. This is where they live. This is where their dorms are. I would call them more dorms than anything because they're in bunk beds. And they live, if they're not married, they live with about 8 to 10 other people sometimes in these, each one of these apartment rooms.
Yeah.
So this whole thing here is just birthing. Would it be considered, would you like have gotten a good room, or is it better to have the street side, or was there any rule about who lived in the front?
No, not while I was there. I mean, I lived in the front before. I hated it because it was really noisy because of the street noise. I didn't like that. I liked working. I liked living further back, which I did most of the time I was there. I mean, I lived in that building for 23 years.
That's crazy.
I lived
Okay.
back for a little while when I first.
So you can see how big it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go through this. This is the whole building from the sky view, and it's shaped like the letter E.
Mm-hmm.
So Fountain is this street right in the very front. Yep, right there. Yeah. And so when they drive in to this lot, the security. Yeah, exactly. Zoom in there on the gate. This is where me and Ashley call the girl the warden, because she literally looks like a warden, like closing and opening the gate.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Who is that?
Yeah, like running to close and open the gate. Here, let's see if I can.
So that's
let me
not
see if I
their
can pull
parking
it up.
lot. Just so you know, that parking lot doesn't belong to them. It belongs to the church that's behind. If you keep going up a little bit.
Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't
they
know
don't
that.
own that parking lot.
Yeah, there's it's like an Orthodox Russian.
Do they rent it?
Yeah, they rent it.
Wow, that is very good information in terms of my protesting.
Unless they bought it. I know they were
going to look
buy
it up.
And they didn't want to sell. That church didn't
Journey,
want to sell.
Are you hearing this? Journey can look this up. Do they own that lot or no?
I'm pretty sure that they don't.
I mean, that's so interesting because there's another gate here. There's no alleyway that goes right into the. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know. Is there what's in between the, what do you call those, like courtyards or whatever?
Oh, like in between the E part. So there's a pool, as you can see, and that pool,
is it a real pool? Is it a working?
Yeah, it's a real pool. It's gone in and out of maintenance. It was being maintained the last time I was there, and people could use it. Like they could use it if they came home at night and they were quiet. They could use it, but there was all these rules connected to it, and it didn't get that much use. And then there's just a garden type place in the other part. There's like a couple benches and stuff. It's okay. It's kind of nice.
Okay, cute.
Looks like there's a little bit of a roof leak here too, or something. I don't know what's going on with those tarps.
There was a sad thing that happened with one of the security dogs at this building. Because they were training these two dogs, and I don't know, they were on the roof at one point for some reason, and a dog fell off the roof because it was chasing a bird or something.
No.
I remember when it happened. I was so upset. I was like, oh my God, why did you let that dog off its leash on the roof? That's not really smart.
It's probably because they had Sea Org members doing it who had no reason to be training dogs.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so let's zoom in on the building if we can. Are you able to, is it all mainly birthing? Was there anything specific? Like, do you know of any of these floors having like specific elderly or certain people living for years?
So they used to have on the first, if you look at the front of the building again, on the first floor to the left, if you go in the front door and you go directly to the left and you see those windows right there, that used to be medical birthing, like for people recovering from surgeries or having some long-term or short-term medical thing where it's like they're not sick, but they can't like work and they have to recover from something or whatever.
Yeah,
that used to be the medical place, and right across from that was isolation, which was where all the sick people were.
Oh, great. Okay, so right here at the front of the building.
Yeah, right at the front. I don't know
Okay.
if they probably still have that, but for major medical stuff, I know they have separate houses and apartments that they rent for people with major medical conditions. Because I had a friend who had cancer, actually died of cancer, who at first she was in that area, and then they moved her to a different apartment, which was like right across the street from the AB. Because I visited her one time, and it was right across the street. It was which I don't think they're using those apartments anymore, but it was like
I think they are. I literally not too recently along like not
This
like
building over
literally
here?
maybe
I think it was that one.
yeah, it was one of these
Yeah.
that we followed multiple times, not followed, but like, where are they going? Because we would see a Scientologist or a Sea Org member or an obvious Scientologist with like the suitcase walking, and then we would see them go into these buildings, and we're like, wait a minute, is that a Scientology owned
Because
building?
they don't want to have anybody pass away on their properties.
Correct. Number one thing is they do not want anybody dying on their properties.
So if you're at risk of that, they won't have you in the Anthony building. They'll have you in some outside apartment that is not connected or isn't shown to be connected to Scientology.
Right. Literally,
So
like
they have like if you have a stroke, like I know a lady who had a stroke, who was moved to an outside apartment, and like my friend I was talking about who had cancer was moved to an outside apartment because they don't want anyone dying on their property or any sort of
it's just
they don't want any
wild.
sort of investigation or
Mhm.
or coroner or whatever procedures that happen when someone passed away, even if it's like, okay, they had a disease and they died, it's like they don't want any of that. They don't want anybody coming into the Scientology property that has any connection.
And I have to say it's because they are responsible for every single one of those deaths because they didn't give or nurture that person enough or notify, a real medical doctor that, hey, this person's having serious issues until it's too late.
They don't want anybody looking into that. So
right. And neglect is still neglecting to not do something. If you watch somebody die or you're a part of you're a part of that. You're a part of that death. You're a part of that murder. You're a part of that, mishandling or whatever you want to call it. Neglect, whatever, medical neglect, whatever it is, medical malfunction, whatever it is. Like, if you were a part of it, if you were there, you were a part of it. Like, you've seen it, you need to, like, everybody needs to come clean. Everybody needs to be like, this is what I saw. This is my part of my responsibility. Because how many, I would say at least, we could name at least 500 people then who have literally been, who have unalived themselves or who have died because of the miscare of Scientology and the organizations and their policies, like what they demand of them. Okay, so it's shaped like an E. This is called the AB building. This is strictly for, we would say, old and young Sea Org member Scientologists, married and not married, but specifically for certain higher up level Sea Org buildings, right? Not even really higher up.
Yeah, it's all middle management. It's pretty much nobody from like the blue buildings would live here because they all live they live where the blue building is, and they also discourage and they have policies against now, like if you work at the Hollywood Guarantee building, you're not going to be able to marry somebody who works at the blue buildings because you don't want the bases to mix and all this crap. And it's like they'll even like demote somebody because it's like, oh well, you're married to this other person and you don't want to get a divorce, well, you're going to be demoted, so you have to go work over there now. It's like stupid things like that happened with when Scientology Media Productions first opened up. There were quite a few people that were like, married to people in the Hollywood Guarantee building. It was like, oh nope, you can't be that. You
don't have a CSW
you're not going to be
approved.
qualified anymore.
I was going to say, let's show the Scientology Media Production. So this is only like a 5-minute, not even drive. I would say maybe a 10-minute walk from the blue building on Sunset Boulevard. And this is the main entrance that you see. And it literally looks like this, completely empty from the outside. It looks like nobody goes in or out of it. It really looks like a built Lego demo version of a building. Like there's no action or anything going on. So if anything's going on, it's obviously inside the locked course rooms and all that. But so what you're saying is that the people that work at that building at Media Productions live in the AB.
No, they live above the test center.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to clarify that. So Scientology
Because
Media
now-
Productions Sea Org members live above the testing center, which Dan walks in streets and everybody's always out there. So
That's
this
where
is
all the
from
S&P staff live.
Yep. So they can't have people living and working in the same building, because that would absolutely that would just put the nail on it for the slave labor, human trafficking or whatever. Right. So they have to have them live and work in two different buildings. So what do? They just have the Scientology Media Productions people go live above here, the testing center, and then the testing center people go live in the HGB or something like that, or the AB or the Anthony building.
Test center is under LA org, so they all live at the blue the blue building.
Okay, so that's good to know.
And also the thing on living and working, I think that's if they're producing some sort of thing. Like I know that was an issue when they're talking about like CD production. They couldn't have that going on at the Gold Base and people living there. But I don't know if they're just like, supervisors and auditors and stuff, because if you think about it, everyone who works at the blue buildings also lives there. So but they're
under different addresses though.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I'm saying. Like my dad, he does dishwashing, right? And that night when I was out with Ashley, we literally happened to fucking see him. The times just clicked and he came out and it looked like they were walking to the apartment buildings across the street. So I don't know. We're figuring it out. That's why I'm doing this like live. It's so interesting for the world to know what our thought process through all this is and to try to explain everything. At least it's here. Okay. This is Lebanon Hall. Can we explain what this is?
That's where you saw your dad.
Yep. This is literally where I saw my dad. So can we hold it here for a minute, Dan? And let's just hold it here. This is what they call Lebanon Hall. I believe on the 22nd of October, there's some BS, again, some BS PR event by Scientology with some police people and so on, some city officials. So they're holding it at Lebanon Hall.
There's a chapel area. So if you go straight into those doors and you keep going straight,
if you could just get under those doors, Dan, and open them, that would be great.
Yeah, exactly.
On it.
So there's the Asho Chapel is straight through those doors, and that's probably where they're having that event, because they have public events there, and it's connected to Asho. Like you can walk through Asho and get to Lebanon Hall and the rest of the buildings.
Yeah, so this entrance can get you to pretty much anywhere, right, in the building. It kind of like sends you up to the second floor course rooms or whatever, or to the galley.
Yeah, you can get anywhere from them.
So when my dad was walking out, he went right back in because he could just run out any other way. Like he can.
And also, I don't know if people know this, but you can go from the front door of the LA org. You can get anywhere in the blue buildings.
Exactly, Haggis.
Like the front door up here.
Yeah, all the way at the front. You can. Not that public. I mean, there's like card readers.
Is that my dad?
There's like card readers and stuff in between. So
Are you my mother?
Barely go anywhere. But if you're a Sea Org member, you can walk in the front there and you can go anywhere in those blue buildings.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And then the only real exits, would you say, is the back here, the very front, which they have under construction, and then the side doors where the lions are and stuff?
There's a lot of entrances and exits that you probably don't know about. So if you go, you know about the front. So then if you go to the left, there's another LA org entrance.
Right here, right?
Yeah,
like
there,
right there.
Yeah, that's another one. And then of course there's the main Asho entrance. Yeah, right up those stairs with that stupid looking lion.
Look at my detective kitty says hello.
Oh, I love cats. Oh, it's beautiful.
This is my Bubba girl. She's the best.
Cat.
And she has a sister named Baby.
Oh,
Bubba,
I wish my cats would come up here. They're ignoring me.
Love you, Bubba. She's like, Mom, it's too high. She's like, just keep me right here.
Just a side note while we're on this, and I'm pretty sure I've heard it from Nora too, but can you guys regale us with the story about the emblems on the buildings?
I don't know that one.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure I heard it from Nora that her ex was involved in creating all the emblems on the building, and I don't know the full story, but that's...
I don't know either.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to... we'll get Nora to clarify.
We'll have somebody put it in the comments. Guys, that's what I was going to say before we continue. If you're later on watching this, or you're right now in the comments, in the chat, if there's something you definitely know, please go in the comment and just write the timestamp. So what are we at? Whatever time it is, and put 1 minute and 36 seconds or 1 hour, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. You said this, blah, blah, blah. And you can put whatever statement you want. Just put the timestamp of what you're talking about of this video. Okay, that's all.
So
continue.
at the distribution, the dissemination distribution center, they make a lot of that kind of stuff. They make like all of the insignia and everything you see inside the org that has like the Scientology symbols and Dianetic symbols and all that. Yeah, they make all of that in the Disem Center. And
that's where I did my. That's where Valerie was doing her arbitration, right?
Yeah. And they used to make it. They used before that facility existed. They made a lot of that at this place in the blue building. They had a mill, and they had like all this stuff. I actually worked in there when I was on the EPF. I did a lot of that kind of stuff.
And do you have the address of that dissemination center?
It's, I can look.
Oh,
I know I have.
Do I actually have it? Hold on, I think I have it. Oh, look at me! It's already in my history.
Click on the picture so we get the idea of how the PR photo looks. There you go.
That's the PR photo.
Scientology's lie and reality. So they do all this printing and everything there. That makes sense.
Yeah, they do all of the printing, and they make a lot of the stuff the 3D stuff that goes into the buildings and insignia and stuff, like the stuff you're talking about on the outside of the building.
Yeah, like that.
They probably made that there. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
so crazy. This was not on my radar.
Yep. And it's very new. I mean, they must have built this very recently.
Yeah, that was like 2010 or so. I think it opened. I remember when they were building it.
When I was on the EPF Beyond Asho, there used to be a courtyard, and we would have our muster there early in the morning. We'd have to whisper our drill so we didn't wake anyone up. Oh yeah, that's the Asho courtyard. Yeah. That's right in the middle. If you take an aerial view, I can show you where the Asho courtyard is. If you want. I didn't know there was a courtyard in Asho, and I've been in there. I'll show you. I know exactly what she's talking about. He's got like...
Hold on, I'm like, where am I going?
Like so many tabs.
Okay, here we are.
Dan.
Yeah, so if you go...
I knew I could rely on you.
Oh, yeah, there you go. It's right there. That's the Asho courtyard.
Oh, wow.
Because if you look to the left is that place where we saw like the food trucks and everything, like Cisco trucks. Loading in. The loading dock. Do they still call it the loading dock? I'm sure they do. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Is there anything from this aerial view that you want to quickly go over? Here, so from front to back, right? So these above the two wings here are berthing and all that we explained, right? Yeah. I don't know if they're still doing this, but they used to do their Searg Day party on the very top of the main building. I didn't know that. Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. We're going to clip this and make sure
like over
we start
here
learning about these Searg Day parties. Go down. No, the one, the fake entrance right there. They used to do that.
Really?
on top of the very, very top roofs or
Yeah,
the
very,
below
very top
ones?
roof. No, the roof. It used to be on the roof.
Wow. They were like, make it go right.
Yeah.
That is the
Yeah.
way. Wait, so
Right.
I wonder if they're still doing that. When is Sea Org Day?
I don't
I'm gonna.
know.
Isn't it coming
Sea Org
up
Day
soon?
is
No,
in
we passed
August.
it. Yeah, we passed it.
Sea Org Day's in August. I don't even know. I don't know. The when I was there, ever since the Chase Wave thing, they clamped down on like all the parties and stuff, and I don't even know if they're doing it now.
Okay, Dan, let's zoom in really quickly near the loading dock again, the view, the aerial view. No, just how you have it. So anything in terms of buildings, that's the loading dock, right? People, that's all that right around the loading dock area and all of that. Are those all just course rooms and auditing stuff?
Let's see. There's
Like
on the
Dan,
top,
do you want
there's
to?
like
Let's
the top,
go
there's
down
like
to
a
the
laundry
view.
room.
Yeah, turn around right there. All that. So all
Right
these
there,
around.
so that used to be the mill. That used
What's
to be
that?
where they made like the furniture and all the stuff I was talking about that the Decem Center does. They used to do a bunch of that in there. I don't know what they're doing in that now. In there now.
Interesting.
That's,
Okay.
that's
Maybe they're
what they're doing.
building a whole internal auditorium so that they don't have to keep lying to the city about their permits and why they need to have them. Okay, and then but then to the right of this, in there, those dark blacker glassed windows, those are all course rooms and stuff, right? Like the backside of the course rooms.
Yeah,
I see a lot of people come out and doing smoking on their smoking breaks.
Yeah, that's probably course rooms up there.
Interesting. Okay, cool. And then I think that's about it for Blue. Does anybody have any questions on Blue necessarily?
We were talking about entrances and exits. We were in the middle. Okay, so go back to Asho and we'll just circle the block. I'll show you where all the entrances and exits are.
Which also, side note, we're also talking about apartment buildings that they own too. Do they own all of these?
I'm pretty sure they own all of those now. I know they were trying to buy everybody out.
Are there anything here? Are any of these buildings that is specifically holding certain people, or somebody lives definitely here? Oh, bring that to so and so's house.
I know that when I was there, they were still working on the planning, like what they were going to do exactly with those buildings. So I'm not sure. They're probably trying to make it a lot like Flag is, where they have like
that's exactly
the Happiness building and a Scientology missions building, stuff like that.
Yep, and then redo the streets and make them all brick so it looks all like Scientology land.
Yeah, right.
But not until we get rid of what we're trying to do right now is have them put the meters back in and make it all public parking.
Yeah. Right.
And get rid of the bricks on the road since it's causing so much oil stains, and put the asphalt back and call it North Berendo.
Yeah, I'm sure
so we're doing a bunch of that. Okay, so exits, you were saying exits and
so American State and Hill Organization. So then we talked about the Lebanon Hall that leads to everything in the blue buildings. And then you go a little bit further and you have the staff and public canteen that leads to, like, you go down those stairs, that leads to everything in the blue building. You can get to LA Org from that entrance if you want to, without going outside. And then you keep going, and we talked about this one. That's like, I don't know what that is. That's not really, I don't know what that is.
No, that was some gardening tool shed. I remember the security guard was trying to tell them to put away all their tools quickly and get inside.
Same thing with this one. You can get anywhere in those blue buildings from that entrance exit.
There you go.
That one is not really used, but if it was, you could same deal. Same deal at the Horseshoe. There's also a door. Oh, go back just a little bit. There's a door right there on the corner. That's another one. You can go, that used to be, you could go out that door, but there's not a way to get in. But you could go out that door. I used to do it when I was on the EPF.
Like when you leave, it locks shut when it goes out.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And then you have the Horseshoe. And then you have one up those stairs and to the left. That's another entrance and exit to the building.
Okay.
And then of course you have everything inside those gates.
Yeah.
And then there's
Are
another
any of the
one.
what's in these more of the mill or whatever that used to be?
That used to be EPF course rooms.
Oh, that's where I think Vanessa said behind the gate where they're right there.
I don't know if that's still course rooms or not, but again, you can
Or
get
EPF offices used to be.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you can basically get anywhere from that door as well. And then I don't think you can go inside the parking lot, but if you could, if you go all the way in there, then there's like all these back doors to ASHO and different places in there.
Do you remember the Lebanon Hall elevator? Would go up and down all the time. The doors would open.
Doors open. Really? That's funny. I didn't know that.
All those body things.
Oh my god.
Okay, I think that covers.
Yeah, that covers the blue buildings.
Well, and then the bargain. So, do you know of any major buildings around the blue building that are like directly around the blue building that are very much Scientology owned or affiliated?
I know one.
Where? Which one?
They just bought this.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
They just bought this, guys.
I wonder what they're going to use that for. Probably an information center.
Here's blue building. Here's where that one is.
Wow.
Crazy.
Can we zoom in on that building? Sorry, I want the world to know that. Wow. So this is
get your bearings. It's this guy right here.
Wow.
I know somebody who could probably find out what that's for, actually.
Okay, good. Let me know after. I'm just kidding.
But we also talked about Scientology media productions, and they've been expanding over there as well. I don't know if Google Maps will show it.
Yeah, they took over the weed store.
They took over the weed store. They have all this now.
That whole area.
What?
Yep,
Really?
they just bought this.
Yeah. The only thing left there now is that little tiki bar, which has been a bar for like a zillion years in Los Angeles. And it's this tiny little tiki bar, literally right there. I'm like, do not take our tiki fucking away,
Right?
Scientology. No,
now there's
I will make sure all of Sunset is there.
There's an ad like up in this building that I'm a Scientologist. Like there's a bunch of faces in these windows. Yeah, they took over this whole thing.
God.
Okay. And we should probably touch on going back to the Anthony building, Stephen Price.
Yeah, the Shaw Health Center. Let's just take a little peek.
I used to go to the chiropractor.
Yep. Can you tell us
So
why?
first of all,
say the chiropractor. I didn't go to the doctor. I used to go to the chiropractor. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I went to Stephen Price.
Yep, me too.
I was in agony when I first worked in the galley. I was in so much pain. I was used to working an office job, and then they threw me in the galley because I sucked.
Okay, let's hold it here. Boom. Shaw Health Center. And this is the place where Megan Shields, first it was like Dr. Dank, Megan Shields, and Stephen Price. Then it became more Megan Shields, Stephen Price.
Dank passed away. You know that, right?
Yeah. And then and so did Megan Shields.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. Hey Siri, is Megan Shields alive?
Do you know that Megan Shields? Do you know how Megan Shields' daughter died?
Can you tell me? Because I've heard different versions.
She took her own life.
Yeah, but how? Was it something about pills and drinking at a party?
I don't remember.
Okay. But yeah, I'm pretty sure her son or something has also another. It's just so much horrific shit has happened around this building and so much covered up crimes. All the babies, like the kids, the stories you hear about, like, Jamie Mustard and like just kids coming from even me in 1986, babies coming from the ATA and the CEO that were like rushed here to Shaw Health Center. And Megan Shields was like, what the hell? This baby is about to die. Literally rush up, get him to the emergency room right now. And then they would have to go to Cedar Sinai. And I also believe there was some nurse illegal stuff going on in terms of who the doctor was at that ER. I believe there was an internal Scientology ER doctor that would receive these specific patients.
Wow.
So I'm doing more investigating on that. And if anybody has any investigating or they've done it already, and please let me know and give me the deets on that. But yeah, so there's a lot coming out.
I just love that we have a billboard right there.
Exactly. And it's still there. And then there's the one all the way down when you go down this street, all the way down to Western, you take a left, and then there's that billboard by Starbucks.
I think
it's on the Google Maps now. Yeah, let's see.
That's what I'm curious. Yep, it is.
It is. Zoom in. Let's see.
Oh, it was on one view. Hold on. I got to go over
dang.
here. But see. Oh, no. Where did it go?
I don't know if we still have that one. I know we had that one initially.
Yes, you do still have this one. Yep, there's Claire.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, that's great.
Yep, that one is still there.
It's still there. I just saw it.
You know why we got that one there? So when we did the billboard campaign, I went through on like we're going through now, and I traced all the bus routes to and from the blue buildings and the birthing and the HEB and everything. And this route, I've been on this route hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times when I was a Sea Org member, and that's where the bus turns every morning to go onto the freeway to go to the HEB.
Yep. And I love it. I see it every time I go on the freeway or I'm turning left. And I'm like,
I make sure to go by it.
When I was tracing it, I actually they caught the bus. They caught the Scientology bus on one of the Google Maps thing, and I saw the bus. I was like, "Hey, that's the bus."
Yeah,
down here.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, I wonder if we'll
right on the corner. I don't know if it's still there. I hope it's still there. But it was in when I was looking at Google Maps, it was there.
Maybe if I move over here. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff, but
I know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
They also puzzle
the unmarked white
together.
bus.
Okay, so what do we have left from there? So we did Scientology Media Productions, we did AB, we did the Blue, we did.
Well, we can stick to Sunset, and I have the Citizens Commission.
Yes, let's do that cunty little.
Oh, you know what we should look at too is where Mad Hatter Studios is.
Yes, let's please look at that. Do you know where Mad Hatter's is?
I don't.
It's on.
I think it's Mad Hatter Studios. You'll find it.
Griffith Park Boulevard.
Hello, sweetie.
Does this look familiar?
Go to the picture. I can't see it. Sorry.
Here's my Halloween cat.
This guy, Mad Hatter. That
cat.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it looks like it. What does the address say?
But
2635 Griffith Park Boulevard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Interesting, and I'm really glad.
It's just a little guy here
going to the neighborhood meeting.
So the person who used to run Mad Hatter Studios is now the person who runs Scientology Media Productions. I forget her name.
Bentley. Oh, so that's interesting that's over here because didn't you guys have a billboard on Hyperion too in this area?
Yeah, I did it on purpose.
Yeah. I wish I could remember exactly right. But yeah, that's wow. Didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're still using that for some stuff. I don't know what they use it for, but it's definitely their thing.
Oh, my dog is going nuts. Okay, and then here's CCHR.
Oh yeah, CCHR.
I love how you have the boarded up version. Oh,
yeah, that's the most recent. Like, what is that about? Oh no, never mind. I lied. It suited it, honestly.
It looked better.
That must have been during like the protests and stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
what can you tell us about this?
Yeah. Do you know much about?
I did renovations there. I did renovations. I know that building inside out. I did renovations there when they were.
Talk to us. Let's go.
So
here's the aerial view.
So nobody slept.
She sees the physical buildings and she's just like, and so nobody slept.
Remembers the torment. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I know it like the back of my hand, but I don't know the property. Okay, so they never slept, which is why that old lady that you always see, Dan, that's out there looks like a literally walking skeleton.
Oh, but yeah, well, they do now. There's not really Sea Org members that work there. It's
So what do you think they're doing now? Do they have like some days that it's open, or is it sort of open for people that they think might be interested?
I don't know if you can just walk in there now. What does it say?
Yeah,
Open
it just
house
seems
for the
it
museum?
says
you
that.
can.
Yeah,
It
used
says
to be
that,
able to
but
just
I
walk
mean,
in. Because that's their whole death exhibit. Psychiatry kills everything.
so does anybody live here or what?
No. It's just it's staffed by it's not Sea Org members. They're not Sea Org members and they're not Scientology staff. They're just their CCHR staff. I don't even know how they make their income or any of that.
Wow.
I don't know what they do.
Isn't that a interesting? So you renovated it like because you were on the EPF or what?
Yeah, I was on the EPF at the time.
And how long ago was that?
That was in 2006.
2006. And then you were sent, like you were being put, you were on the EPF for like,
I was
to
on
be
the
put
EPF.
at what org?
Well, I was working
You
at
didn't
the HCB at the time.
Okay.
So I was going to be somewhere there. I didn't know yet what I was going to be doing.
And
but
so
yeah,
they had you
I
on
was
the EPF
doing-
here at the Psychiatry Kills place.
Yeah, and I was doing a ton. Actually, wait. Sorry. I wasn't on the EPF. I was just on the decks. That's right. Now I remember. So I was on, and that was that 2000? That wasn't even 2000. Okay, 2006. I did do the EPF, but it wasn't CCHR. So it was after that. It was 2007.
And were you renovating all of this? Like you guys were building all of this? Like what people see now?
Yes, we're renovating all of that. And so they had an outside.
So again,
company.
it just shows that it just shows that the Sea Org members, literally the EPFers, whether you see them or not, they are the ones doing all the in work. Like they're not going to just have outside people doing this.
What they did, this is what they used to do. They don't do this so much anymore because of people making a stink about it. But what they used to do is they would hire a contractor and they would have somebody like a legit company doing the renovation or doing whatever renovations, upgrades, whatever. And and so they would be on a certain schedule and they work during the day. And then at night when they went home, they would have Sea Org members and whatever Scientology volunteers they could get continuing on doing renovations because they would have these outrageous timetables on when they were supposed to get things done and it was never on time. And they, of course they had to report ultimately to Miscavige if it was on time or not, and it never was. And so they would have Sea Org members catching it up and EPF and all this. And so we'd have like you just work all night on renovations. It was ridiculous.
I can't imagine how many renovations there were to do. Like every room and everything looks so different and like there's a whole like museum in there. It has to be like a whole thing.
Yeah, there was a ton of stuff to do.
That's so crazy. And then it's basically just run by Sea Org members that have been in the Sea Org for like over 40 years.
Yeah.
Like old time. Yeah. And it's just really sad. And also, I feel like they do get a lot of pushback when it comes to people kind of coming in and walking in and kind of arguing and questioning, like, the actual reality, like about psychiatry and how the mind works. And so it's just interesting.
Well, here's a nursing group. They obviously truck a lot of school groups and university groups.
Yeah,
they
get all sorts of stuff.
But I also believe that this is a PR photo. Like this chick, I've seen this,
and
chick
that's her. That's the one who with long hair. But this is her.
Oh, really?
Literally,
you don't recognize her, do you?
They really
or
don't
know her name? No.
I know her. I do know that they had a former Sea Org member. Former OSA Office of Special Affairs Sea Org member who, for whatever reason, couldn't be in the Sea Org anymore for some reason. But she was staff at CCHR. She ran their HR department at CCHR because CCHR is most affiliated with OSA because OSA has this division that's they have somebody who's ultimately in charge of CCHR who works in OSA.
Yeah. It's so, and I know that this lady, God, zoom in on her. I have literally tried to, I've given her every number. I've told her, please, please, please. I'm like, ma'am, I used to work for, I just everything. And there's sometimes where I'm like, I know they hear me. They just don't know what the hell to say or react, and they can't. But wow. Okay. So, so nobody lives here at CCHR. It's definitely run from the aboves, and it's all Sea Org run too, or approved by. Like you have to be approved for sure.
Yeah. Like any programs and whatever they do is ultimately done, like orchestrated by OSA and by Miscavige. Absolutely.
Yep, like directly, because especially with CCHR and any money making kind of organizations, part of the Scientology scam.
Yeah, I don't know how they make. I don't know how they make money. I don't know what their income is. I don't understand that. Who knows?
I mean, I can give you a few hints. I mean, I just know they're so fucking dirty with their money, and it's all going to be exposed.
I did have a friend stop in there to troll them, and like, of course, they try to sell you like different DVDs and like books and different pamphlets. I wish I had something handy. I can grab it, but like literally, they'll give you like just a bunch of their propaganda, and then ask for a donation of some sort.
Yeah.
And then, of course, keep you on their mailing list for the rest of your life.
Right.
Okay, so other than these buildings that we just went over, are there any other? I feel like we're missing one major one.
Well, I
did
don't know
Scientology. What about the?
I think we're going to have to do a part 2 because I can't be on for very much longer.
Yeah. That's
part 2.
Okay, cool. And part
that
2,
works for me.
we
can go down Hollywood Boulevard and then extend
and
beyond.
break it down, the HGB and all of that.
Because we've got some.
We can use the DeSem Center.
Yep.
Here's a teaser for everyone who's watching right now. We'll give you a teaser. We'll show you a secret building, a secret facility that nobody knows about.
Ooh.
That's the one I was telling you about, Dan. I'll give you the address after.
Yeah, please. All right.
Bridge Publications. Yeah.
Tell your friends.
All right, one sec. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm not gonna give it live.
Oh,
I want to do it next time.
Okay, next
Dan's
time.
already,
God, I was like, let's do it. All right, that's fine.
For part 2.
Amazing.
Cool.
Well, thank you guys for doing this.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is great.
It's very helpful.
Yeah, it really is. And it keeps shit very clean and simple, and it just answers people's quick questions. And we'll keep doing this. Thank you, Kat. Thank you so much, Dan. And thank you, chat. Let me just quickly run down here. Hi, Irish. Thank you so much for your gifted 5 memberships. And thank you, Scientology Up North. We got you, Lara. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you, Julie B., new member. Oh, wow. This looks like a fun fest. Erica's Vape 24. Okay. West Coast Fancy Nancy, thank you. I'm rooting for you. Thank you guys so much. A lot of fucking shit is going down, and we are pushing through. Thank you to everybody who's helping everybody and keeping us strong and honest and happy and loving and being able to feel our emotions. And thank you, Catherine, and thank your husband. And Dan Walks, thank you and your husband. I thank you guys so much. You're 2 that I can definitely pick up and be like, cool, let's get into this and expose
you guys are so much fun. I want to do more of this.
Yeah,
that's great.
We definitely will.
Here for it. Yeah, please.
Coming soon, guys. Coming soon. Thank you all. And yes, love you guys all in chat. Thank you all for supporting us all. Thank you, Dimples, as they say. To Dan.
Dan's Dimple. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got
love
the
dimples
going.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, on that
note.
Love you all. Thank you again.
Thanks, everybody.
Mwah. See you soon.